Las Vegas discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas discount.net. Las Vegas discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas discount.net.
FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net Radio!
Hola, soy Julio César Chávez.
And lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a 1-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
We gon' know. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I got friends all over the world, man.
Who gives a shit with White? He's a piece of crap.
With a tear in my eye.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Hanish, Andrew Labouche, bringing you the wonderful world of boxing. How are you today, Andre?
You know,
I know why you're mad. We'll get to it. It has nothing to do with the actual boxing yesterday. I mean, there was only one fight that was a gross mismatch, and the minute I watched the first round of it, I knew it was a gross mismatch. Right? Lighter guy fighting bigger guy. Lighter guy has shitty record. And the games that apps will play, I guess, right? That should be the name of this episode. The games that streams will play. I'm working on it for the name of the show. But hi, everyone. We are Fight Net Radio. First and foremost, let's do all the commercial and business out of the way. Go to fightnetradio.com. There you can click on the Facebook link. Once you get onto the Facebook link, right? Real easy. You can get to our page. I have so many videos from Miggs that it's ridiculous.
Miggs had one job to do last night, and I hope he accomplished it.
He accomplished everything.
All right.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I might need his contact information because he had one job after that fight last night.
And the other things that happened with Miggs, I also have a complete behind the scenes of the Mayweather fight with compilations, and I didn't get that up in time. I know all the information will be dated to you guys, but you'll get to see everybody at the Mayweather fight. Now that you know the outcome, you can watch everybody's prediction that was at the Mayweather fight, all the trainers, all the different stuff, right? When he got it to me, it would have been too late for today, so I decided that everybody just gets the podcast, and then I'll put all the bundles out over Sunday and Monday. So this week when we get ready to, because people watch it in their own time now, right? It's streaming, so I can click it on demand. So we don't live in an immediate environment anymore, Andrew. I mean, that's just the reality, right?
No, I would say that for sitcoms. I would not say that for sports. I'm sorry. I think that's why apps on phones has been so successful in the sports fan. We can watch that stuff anywhere now. And I do not like watching it on tape. I do not like avoiding my social media so I don't know who won the fight so I can see it with the same interest that I would if I didn't know who won. I'm sorry, but when you find out who won a fight or who won a game, just not that interested anymore. And so no, sitcoms, TV shows, totally agree with you. These guys, that's all they do is record and they watch later, binge watching, all of that. Can't do that with sports though.
I would agree with you. I'm just saying we live in a different world where another 1 million or 2 million people are going to watch this week, right?
Right.
And people are going to want to know, why did it start so late? People are going to want to know, hey, what did everybody think before the fight? So that's why I'm not rushing on our content from Friday night, because it would have only been exposed to a very small number. honestly. I wouldn't have had time to do what I normally do with our marketing and get it in front of the all right, so you really want to know our number just for a fun Sunday? Like for Facebook, when we're really doing stuff, Andrew, our videos are in front of, I think, 2 or 3 million people, plus or minus. I mean, they don't all watch, they don't get engaged, right? But it shows up in about 2 or 3 million boxing timelines over the weekend. But I have to do a lot of work to make that happen. It's not like an accident. I just didn't do it with his stuff because he's so brand new at it that he's just cranking out the stuff, right? Like the Duno interview, right? He got close to 1,000 views. Trust me, nobody gives a shit about Angel Heredia, right? The strength and conditioning coach. But that video got 1,000 views. Truthfully, it's nothing, right? It's a nothing video, but it shows that there's a desire for the boxing fans they want to see behind the scenes, right? People listen to this show because they want behind the scenes. With that said, that's all the intro. Should we get all the football stuff out of the way, or are you just going to save that if you need?
No, we're going. This is all. Come on, we had big fights last.
You're
night.
ready to go hot, huh? All right, so everybody go to fightnetradio.com. I promise you this week, behind the scenes at Mayweather, I promise all the videos from the press conference and everything. There's 20 of them, Andrew. My God, there's videos forever. I just got to put them on the page or something so he can straight upload them, I guess. I don't know, but it's a lot of content. All right. I didn't take video at my event, so we'll start right off where the day started on Saturday. We could talk about the fights on Friday, but none of you really care about that. Let's just go straight to my day at the park. Yes, are you okay?
Making me die over here.
Isn't the show about making people laugh?
Yes, go ahead. Keep it going, man.
All right, for all of you who watch boxing on Friday, yay, good for you. We didn't. I'm sure somebody had something somewhere against someone, I don't know, and Andrew and I didn't watch it. Andrew and I just geared up for one day, which was Saturday, right?
Yes, sir.
So I got up to Dignity Healthcare Park, home of the Chargers, inside the Universal Studios Bowl. Dude, they have so many sponsors, it's ridiculous. Like, the whole stadium is ridiculous. Like, I don't know how there's an NFL team playing in that shoebox. I got to go before the end of the season just to see one game because it's that small a stadium. And trust me when I say this, there's no... By the way, we have memories today. See it on the screen? Hey, look, you have memories with Enter today. What a surprise.
Oh, very nice.
I guarantee it's boxing related, Andrew. This weekend always has big fights. All right. I got there at about 3 o'clock, right? All my big plans. I'm going to take my laptop in. I'm going to be present and early. First of all, I forgot coffee for Siada at Top Rank, right? Because I was rushing. I forgot her coffee. That's important to this story for the setup. I'm just painting a picture for you guys. I know you guys don't care. You just want to talk about Birchall Sosa. Got seated, and literally as I was getting my credential, right, I'm actually seeing a couple of the bigger hitters at this fight, right? Steve Kim's there, and the guy who's everything behind the magazines and most of the articles is there. I'm just saying Steve Kim because that's a name they know. I would drop the other guy's name, but you don't know. You guys would know Keith Eidick. This guy works with Keith Eidick and works with Dougie Fisher, okay? And I saw him. I'm like, you picked this? He goes, yeah, I had something with my kids yesterday. I said, same for me. I got something with the kid tonight. I said, I sent one of my new guys who I didn't credential correctly, so shout out to Miggs. My fault you got press room and you didn't get a seat. I got him credentialed wrong. It's on me, right? So we all go in. We watch the early fights. It's good evening. I check in and say hello to my favorite referee and friend of mine, indirect friend of mine. But all the inside stuff you're getting comes from one referee that did appear last night and did do stuff. He did call a few fights last night. Checked in with him, but every time I text or I need a ruling during a fight, and makes me sound like an expert here, That's all from this one referee. All right. So got started. Then I got a text from a buddy. Check this out. So I get a text from a buddy, right? So I go up and I get him in, and I run into Seata. I was going to buy a ticket for him, right? And just walk him down there. The place is empty. There are 12 of us, right? Just the families of the fighters are watching these fights, Andrew. I can't paint a bad enough picture of this scene. It's me, Steve Kim, a handful of reporters who, and in their words, all got turned down for credentials for, and some of them were shocking, got turned down for credentials in Vegas, right? So they came here. Okay, we're all in, we're watching. First fight's pretty good. Second fight's okay. Buddy shows up. We go and have food to watch the next 3 or 4 fights, right? We're hanging out for, the bulk of the day. They had 8 fights out there, and it was just cool enough. There was cloud coverage. I would give you the names of all these kids. They were all Bob Arum, undefeated kids that he's choking up the chain with, right? And he put them in a little bit of higher profile fights, but all the undefeated guys won, as they should. Then came my dinner with Andre Ward. Yeah, here's the capper for this story, kids. Oh, and by the way, the coffee story. So I ran into Seata and I said, oh, can I get him in for auxiliary media, Seata? She goes, yeah, where's my coffee? And I went, fuck my life. The one day I didn't bring coffee, right? So she goes, yeah, of course. And she walks him into the building and actually physically makes him a credential and walks him down through the tunnel over to the press section. And I bonded with Evan Korn a little bit more at this fight, the other PR person who actually wrangles everybody for Top Rank. Apparently, he's having struggles with some weird perception of some of the Instagram influencers and podcasters, and he was really frustrated with it. I'm like, don't be frustrated. If you don't credential people, they're going to say whatever they're going to say, right? He was being told that he shows bias. And by the way, he's not even the one that seats people. It's Seata, which is funnier than hell. So I bonded with him, right? And then, so we go and get some hot wings, right? And a couple of drinks, right? No, a Coke, Andrew, a Coke.
All right.
I know that. Right?
Yeah,
and so we go and sit on the empty side of the stadium, just under where they're shooting above us, right at an angle, because I could have a table and like relax, and we ate great hot wings, bro. Great hot wings. Andre Ward, the whole team is walking up, right? Stick Up My Ass is leading the way in a suit that's too tight for him, looking like he's ready to pop a vein in his neck. Andre Ward, Shark Face, and who else was on the team that night? But on the way up, right? Andre's like, how is it? I said, Andre, I know you don't know us, but I'm always seems to be in a spot where I'm eating and you want to know about it. I said, the hot wings are amazing. And then I find out that Shark Eyes, right? He's a vegan, right? And Andre's giving him crap about the hot, like we're having a 3-way debate about being a vegan and eating hot wings. And so they go back
when
up.
You say Shark Eyes, you got to tell the fans you're talking Timothy Bradley. So
yeah.
You got to let them know that.
Yeah, that's Timothy Bradley, everybody. I think that when you really see him up close, he kind of looks like a dolphin almost, right? He's got really super skin, like he's got that weird furrowed brow. He's some kind of sea creature for sure. I just say shark face because Andrew knows. But so Bradley is a vegan. Did you know that? Did you know Timothy Bradley was a vegan? That's a
yes.
Fight Net Radio exclusive.
No, yes. When he was fighting, that used to be big in his career because of his physique, right? What his body, man, it was he had one of the best bodies in boxing, they used to say, correct? He was an extreme athlete, and he did all of that being a vegan. You're correct. Yes, sir.
So they came up and we had the vegan hot wings debate. And so they go up and my friend who knows nothing about boxing, right, which is my favorite thing to do, he goes, was that a big deal? I said, if you think one of the greatest fighters on the planet is a big deal, I said, that's Andre Ward, and he's been undefeated since he was a child. I said,
he was a child. Can anyone really say that? You know, it's sickening how they talk about Lomachenko when they have a man who has been undefeated since he was 14 years old.
He was a child. He couldn't drive a car.
Yeah,
right?
That's disgusting.
So I'm laying out his credentials in the Olympics and the undefeated in the amateurs, and I'm laying it all out. He goes, wow, that's pretty impressive. Why haven't I ever heard of him? I said, because he's a light heavyweight. He's not a middleweight. He was the wrong guy, the wrong size, wrong promoter. I said, but he's going to be the greatest fighter in boxing history. That is our opinion on Fight Net Radio.
In a sports room, there's nobody that can brag more than Andre Ward. I don't give a fuck who's in that room. You put Tom Brady in that room. He's not undefeated since he was 14. Sorry. He fought the world. He won a gold medal. He fought professionally. He won all the titles. He's a multi-division champion.
As the underdog.
Yeah, like 7 fights as the hey, you guys. He beat a light heavyweight kingpin twice. Chad Dawson and Kovalev. He went through 2 generations.
I knew what the media perception was in the whole Kovalev thing right after the first fight when everybody thought he lost to Kovalev the first time around. And I'm going to tell you that when we get to what happened in Las Vegas, the reason Kovalev's losing is because he was broken by Andre Ward. Okay, so everybody get this square in your head. The reason you watched Kovalev go out and Canelo gets the big night,
humbled.
Andre Ward beat the holy hell out of him.
Humbled him. Yes, sir.
Humbled him and broke him. He broke his spirit. He broke his pride. He turned him into a guy that drinks and parties and chases women and gets into bad situations. His heart was never in it again.
I'm going to tell you what, though, Lee. Last night, his fighting spirit was killed. So you can say Andre broke him. I'm going to tell you what, Canelo killed him.
Canelo finished it. No, Canelo retired him.
That fucking Kovalev over the ropes, dude, that was a bad ending. He's not going to like the video on that one. It was a. I like when and real fast we'll go ahead. Matter of fact, you go ahead.
Yeah. Go, so they finish. We eat our food. We watch a fight or two. Right? They do their early promo shots. They come back down. Andre stops again. He's like, "All right, so what do I order?" I said, "Go up to the truck, get the hot." Okay. All right. It comes on bread. It's Southern style. It's really good, really messy. You'll dig it. He goes, ranch or blue cheese? I said, ranch, man. Got to go ranch. All right, I'm on it. And Timothy said he's going to try one. I said, is that an exclusive? You're going non-vegan? And Timothy looked at me and goes, no. And they took off, right? So I went over, I watched the rest of the fights, scooted out to go see my daughter twirl her flag. Feel free to follow me on social media at Lee Honish, which is perfect, right? Just before she started, I got to watch her perform because the time worked out. I drove from Carson out to Chino. Then I had time to drive all the way home and get set up to watch Canelo because of the excessive delay. So let's start right here. What I saw with my own 2 eyes. I saw a man in Miguel Berchelt who was literally 2 human beings bigger than Sosa, right? He just physically was. He just
yeah.
When they both rehydrated to full size, like at the weigh-ins, everybody looks the same because you're the same weight. I'm sorry, you are. That's not the fight. The fight is you rehydrate, you have some food, you put on some mass before your fight. Good, clean, healthy rehydration, good mass, good everything, right? It just looked like a man against a child in that main event.
Well, and hats off to Miguel Berchelt for being able to pull that off. Not everyone in this world can do that. Can walk damn near 2 divisions under where you're supposed to be.
Oh,
make
no doubt.
weight without killing yourself, and then rehydrating to this power punching human. Because sometimes people rehydrate and they don't get shit back, but a stomach ache because they starve themselves too much.
Right.
The rehydration clause sometimes, the rehydration issue in boxing sometimes, Lee, I think is fabricated by losers on betting. Soon as they lose, their prediction doesn't come in. Oh, if he wasn't so big. Come on, stop it. Both of these men made weight.
He made the weight.
Both of if you do it legit, you do it by the rules, nothing you can say against who won the fight. Kovalev was a lot bigger last night than
he was
Canelo.
Huge compared to Canelo. That's the difference in this story, and we'll get to it. But of mice and men, I mean, The same thing happened in the fight we all watched, and it gave him ultimately the advantage in the Canelo fight, and we'll get to that. But let's talk about Berchelt and whether or not he can remain a featherweight and what looks good for him, right? He can't keep fighting guys like Sosa. Like, he really needs a challenge. He is just a monster in this weight class.
And this is where, last night they showed that Andrew Cancio is going to be fighting on DAZN here soon. He has a title defense coming up. That's a potential fight for Miguel Berchelt. You have Tevin Farmer in the weight division. He fights under DAZN. That's potential. The one guy that keeps standing out to me is the Jamal Herring. And the reason why is because they both fight under Top Rank ESPN. So that looks like the most doable. But you did hear Miguel Berchelt last night saying he's ready to cross over networks. And really, it's because he has to. A lot of the top guys, Gervonta Davis, Lee, he fights for PBC Showtime. Concion, Farmer, I just said, they fight for DAZN. So he is going to have to step over to make some of these fights. Positive side for Miguel Berchelt, a few pounds above him, he has what many consider the pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Lomachenko, and a few pounds under him, he has what many believe is the future of American boxing in Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson has showed interest in wanting to fight Miguel Berchelt very soon. He actually wanted to fight him next year, he said.
Two top talents in that fight.
At some point, no, Top Rank, they kind of do, though. Top Rank, they know how to make stars, and you make stars by putting them in well-matched situations. But at a certain point, when they want that big money, when they want that pay-per-view money, Bob has never been scared to pull the trigger on these guys.
All of his undercards, Andrew, like his latest Olympic prospects, the kid from this city, all the shit he's working on for the future. He moved a lot of them up to legit journeyman level fights for their next fights in the early cards. And feel free, check out the whole card. I actually thought it was a pretty solid evening of boxing. I could be biased because when you watch a fight with a friend, right, especially someone who's not boxing savvy, it's fun to explain how the fight's being scored. He goes, this guy's really killing him. I said, he's going to win on all the scorecards, right, because he's Bob's guy. But I said, truthfully, the other guy is actually controlling the fight. So in the judge's mind, they are looking at the tempo of the fight. Is he controlling him? Is he moving him around? And so it's fun when you can actually hip someone up and have some fun at a fight. So I had a better than average day because Evan was in on it, right? I did it all by the book, Andrew. Look, he's a friend of mine, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, okay. Evan literally came over. I said, he's not really, and he is. And he looked at his thing and he's like, Evan was like, okay, have fun. Right? Everybody was super cool. Everybody had a super light vibe. It was a great day. But what I saw in the boxing ring was Bob doing exactly what you said, right? He's taking these guys that are undefeated prospects and moving them up to like guys that are 23-12 with, 12 KOs that are going to take them all the way to 8 rounds. Like he's got no shame of finding out, yeah, you want me to get you to 20-0 and give you a fight with a Berchelt or a Shakur Stevens? Damn it. Let's see what he can do, right? Bob's all in on those concepts. The matchmaking was solid, I thought, except in the main event, and I knew that it was designed. We talked about it, right? We knew it was designed to go in and be exactly what it was, right? A showcase for Berchelt in between fights and to sneak it in and to grab 2 or 3 million people who are going to be frustrated at home and not getting boxing, right? Bob did exactly what he wanted to do. He made Berchelt a superstar because boxing fans were getting dicked around by Oscar.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, the stadium, the arena didn't look like he was a superstar. That was one of the worst attended fights I've ever seen on TV, Lee. There was
nobody there.
There was nobody there. In those stands, man.
And no, wait. Now you're just looking camera angle, Andrew. So the other half of the stadium behind the media, so they shot over our heads in the media table, right? So the cameras were above us. Everything behind us was empty. Everything.
Yeah, dude, it was very sad. I don't know why Bob didn't give those tickets away. I don't know why you would want to make your guy look like that on TV.
Right? Use the free system, right? All he had to do was do a Gold Star or a Groupon, and we've seen that in the past out of
Yes.
right, where
Groupon,
they,
go to military. You can go the military route and fucking bring the whole base in.
oh my gosh, do a salute to the military, fill the
Yes.
place up. Yep. He could have done all that, no empty seats. They would have bought. They had one concession stand open, Andrew. That should tell
Oh
you
my
something right there.
gosh. So they
One
knew.
food
They
truck.
knew.
One
They knew.
food truck, three drink booths, and one drink booth on the floor. That's the whole thing. And I couldn't even get a Coke on the floor because they only wanted to serve cocktails. So I was trying to talk Evan into having an open bar. I said, you would have gotten more media if you had open bar. He goes, you wish. I said, okay, just let us pay. And he looked at me again and he goes, you still wish. He goes, you would never, he just smiled. He goes, you think I'd let media guys get drunk and watch boxing? That would be the worst day ever.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. It
Dude.
might be a good idea later on, Lee. We might bring that back. Might bring that back one day.
Could you imagine drunk day at
why
Top
not?
Rank?
Why
Oh my
not?
God.
If it's a matchup where your dude's gonna slaughter, why not? The writing might be a little bit
look,
better.
Him by himself, being the avid drinker that I know he is, because I've hung out with him. I'm telling you,
Today I watched greatness. What?
yeah, right. It reminds me of a time when I was 12 years old watching boxing. I used to see a guy named so and so fight. Like I watched Steve Kim drink.
It's a great idea. I might bring that back one day, dude.
Right? What a great idea! I think you guys would get the best press coverage ever.
Ever.
Just line up shots in front of us. Just let us open, right? I know what Steve Kim's like, right? He doesn't even focus on the fighters. He just goes back in his mind to when he was 12 years old and watching boxing, and starts talking about, seeing Hagler or Hearns or something crazy as a kid.
If you don't like Burchell, you don't know shit about boxing.
Right.
So they're in the
Did you see the headline out of Steve Kim and ESPN on Sunday morning? I saw the greatest fight I ever saw last night. Having attended the first ever margarita night at Dignity Healthcare Park. Top Rank indulged
all of a
us
sudden,
in
you're the greatest promotional company. Your fighters are the best. I mean, that all happens with one open bar night.
bottomless margarita night for the team. You don't need to buy him food. You need to buy a margarita machine. Okay, it's a cheap investment, $1,000. I'm telling you, by the second margarita out of that machine, nobody's going to care that you're using the cheap tequila. It's brilliant. This is
Straight to the top.
gold for a promotion.
That's right.
Oh, Andrew, we're just innovating on this show.
I know. Someone will
what did you
take
think of
it.
Burchell?
We'll
What did you think
continue
of
to
Burchell?
work.
What did you think of Burchell overall?
Same guy, right? Nothing really. You can't advance him in this matchup. I thought Sosa would have been out of there in like 9 minutes. And he tried.
I find it stranger it went longer than it actually did, but I think his attitude was, I'm just going to go for it and we'll see how this plays out. And I think
exactly.
that's what you got.
He tried. He tried in those first 2 rounds to take that kid out of there. Sosa, take Sosa out. He just couldn't do it. Credit to Sosa. He was taking the punches. He really wasn't there for a check. He tried. But this guy is too much. And you heard ESPN say it. I've been saying it for a while. He is that punching machine that you're going to have to break mentally to beat. Now, he does have a defeat early in his career. He's got a great record since then. He looks like a powerhouse, right? The guy throws nothing but heavy shots. He throws 1,000 of them. He's constantly punching at you. He's not as pretty as Chavez Sr., but there's glimpses of him. It seems like I would say Burchell was a fan of Chavez Sr. because he has a similar style, man. It's no ask questions type of style. He's bringing it. He's coming, and that's what I want to see Lomachenko beat because Lomachenko's lost to that already. It's called named of a fighter named Orlando Salido. Salido had that poor man style, that fucking, face first, don't care what you're bringing type attitude, and he beat Lomachenko, and Lomachenko never rematched him. They wanted to talk about money and all that. He never rematched him is the bottom line, and he is what many consider the pound for pound. So if he wanted it, it should have happened. I don't think he wanted it. Let's see what he's going to do with this kid. It's a great fight. Shakur Stevenson's a great fight. Burchell's got a lot of upside. Like I said, Tevin Farmer, I know they'll reach across the table for him. I don't know if DAZN wants to do a Concio and Farmer unification first. but I'm hoping that some of these fights get made. You know, and we'll talk about Ryan in the next one. These young guys, they need to get it away from the mentality of, oh, we need to let this fight simmer. We need to let this fight grow. Sometimes in life, timing is what it is, man. Sometimes you're right for the Olympics, and there's other times they tell you, oh, no, you're a year away. You can't, you're going to have to wait 4 years down the line, and that sucks. But that's life, right? These matchups of the young talent we have right now, these undefeated guys that are in their early 20s that are now kind of starting to talk about how they want the fights to grow, bullshit. You fight what's in front of you at the time in your life where you're at. And if that means you're fighting another 23-year-old or 22-year-old that's undefeated, so be it. Beat them and move on. Who cares? The money's going to be there. This ball never stops rolling. If anyone has noticed that in boxing, you don't need to generate money for boxing. Boxing generates its own fights. The ball just never stops. So I want Ryan Garcia and David Haney to fight. I want Shakur Stevenson to go ahead and get his shot at Miguel Burchelt now and not go, oh, wait, Miguel Burchelt's 5 years older than me. If we just wait 3 more years, right? If you start walking around like PBC guys, oh, he needs me more than I need him. Look how old he is. What the fuck? When did our fighters talk like this? So I hope they break that mentality. I would like to see these young. Oscar won title at 21. Vargas won one at 20. Isn't Vargas our youngest champion ever? Or that might have been broken already. But at one point he was. Like, these guys did it young. They didn't wait until I'm going to wait until I'm 27, 29. Then we should fight. I mean, seriously, Ryan Garcia is 21. He said we're going to let this thing build him and who's it? Haney. Haney's like 21. What are we going to wait? People 6 years, 7 years for them to be 28, dead in their prime, and then maybe they'll give us the fight? This is stupid. It's a dumb way to think. If you guys want the fight should be made now. Miguel Burchelt, he's the man at his division, super featherweight division. I think he's one of the most underrated fighters in the sport today. I see him giving Lomachenko a run for his money. I don't know if Stevenson has enough to beat him right now. Both fights I would take if I'm Burchelt. He's been waiting for his moment. I can't believe Bob did him real dirty yesterday. That was
Bob
a disgusting.
Didn't do anything dirty.
No, that was a disgusting
Sanchez
arena.
On a hooker.
that arena made him look like a nobody. Dead serious. That was a bar fight.
Andrew,
they should
it's
have
all
put that
about
thing
you.
on a bar.
Wait until you see what the numbers are, Andrew. I'm a genius.
I fucking hope so. His numbers better be big because his attendance was shit.
I got all the boxing fans, Andrew.
And I'm going to tell you something. Back in the day, Mexicans could fill up a few arenas in one night. Mexican boxing fans, it wasn't just, oh, Chavez is fighting. Okay, there's no other fights going on today. That was sad. Miguel Burchelt, it has an awesome record. He is a WBC champ. He's in a crowded division. He has the pound for pound guy looking at him. And there wasn't fucking 5,000 in there. It wasn't 2,000 people in there.
Andrew, you're wrong.
Whatever.
There were 25,000 people in that stadium. They're spending the night for the Charger game.
Hey, you know what? That's DAZN.
That's
DAZN. You know what I seem to find out by DAZN, Lee?
What?
DAZN is starting to do the whole, as long as we keep saying it, we'll believe the shit. You know, if you watch them, oh, dude, it's this Duno guy. Oh, he's a good guy. Oh, look at his record. You know, when he fought Gonzalez, that was a hell of a fight. And oh yeah, and remember when he fought Ramos? Like, they're just throwing names. They have no fucking clue. They're just throwing names.
But did Sergio do his homework?
Yeah. You can hella hear that with DAZN. Dude, oh, and they feed the same thing to Saul. Here's Canelo. Oh, yeah, I don't want to fight Triple G because I beat him twice. You know, I beat him twice, and, you know, I don't think I need to beat him twice. Motherfucker, the first fight was a draw. No. In my head right here, I beat him twice, so I don't need to fight him again. The fuck out of here. Who's been talking to you?
Okay, so this in from Top Rank. Burchell has his eyes on lucky defense number 7. The former featherweight world champion Oscar Valdez is on his radar, Andrew. It was a great
Nice.
performance. I
Great
want to
fight.
congratulate Jason. Burchelt said he came and put on a great fight, and I have a lot of love for him. I want to wait until Valdez fights on November 30th. If he wins that belt, come and get it. Said Sosa. He is a great champion. He's defended it 6 times. He has serious power. Also on the card, quickly to wrap it all up for you, Molino KO'd Okada, right? The 2008 U.S. Olympian knockdown Hikaru Okada twice and stopped with only 65 seconds left in the scheduled 12-round bout. Also on the card, just so you guys know, because they bought all the seats. Crowd favorite, yeah, because they bought all the seats. Raymond Danger Murtala from Fontana and the city of Fontana showed up, Andrew, with his gear on. One Australian prospect, Daniel Lewis, who was 5-0 with 3 KOs, and an Olympic guy, the whole 9, right? He's a 5-0 prospect now. And there you go. The rest of the stuff are guys you're never going to hear about again, so I'm not covering it. That is your day at Dignity Healthcare Park. Go ahead.
Very nice. Let me talk on that Oscar Valdez fight. That's a great fight, Lee, on paper. Both, Oscar Valdez undefeated, WBO featherweight champ, multiple title defenses. Knowing both men, this is that matchmaking shit that I talk about. Oscar Valdez, to me, is being put in a non-winnable situation, moving up and having to fight Miguel Burchelt first. He's had numerous injuries to his face. Oscar Valdez is the guy that's always breaking something in his fights, it seems like, in his face. Either a eye bone, a nose. He just always looks hurt. A jaw, swollen, bleeding. Is that really the face you want to put in front of this guy that has like a 80% knockout ratio? What the fuck?
Right.
You know what I'm saying, Lee? Like, it's a good fight on paper. Going in, though, I got Burchelt, big-time favorite, man. I just don't think Oscar Valdez's face can keep up with this guy, even on the simple fact that he's moving up, too. He's the smaller man, and he's been beaten up in that smaller division. Scott Quigg broke his jaw. The fuck you think Miguel Burchelt's going to do to it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Top Rank is just like, look, we got a guy here he's a great fighter. He's an exciting fighter. Don't think Valdez is getting dumped by Top Rank. But he's definitely, I believe, in my opinion, not the future of Top Rank. Even though he's undefeated, a former Olympian, got all the credentials in the world. When you look at his fights, he gets beat up a lot. You can't put too much stock behind that.
There you go. Now let's turn to the biggest question Andrew had on the evening, Canelo versus Kovalev and the time shift that allowed me to get all the way across the city 3 times. Canelo versus Kovalev, DAZN claims subscription surge for main event after a long delay to accommodate UFC 244. Boxing diehard fans may have hated it, but the move appears to have paid off. Still, those fans had the right to be mad. Last night, boxing fans waited for Canelo Alvarez to face Sergey Kovalev in the DAZN-streamed main event in Las Vegas, one of boxing's biggest boxing matchups of the year. Anything involving Alvarez is a hot ticket, mind you, but this was a legit big fight. The prelim started at 6:30 Eastern time on the streaming service, and the main card went off at 9 o'clock Eastern time, boasting 4 fights, including the main event. The diehards tuned in for the prelims, and some were there for the 3 main bouts. Ryan Garcia starching Romero Duno, no surprise. Estrada defeating Esparza, and Cobbs defeating Ortiz. All 3 were crap fights. It's pretty long established that if we're all honest, most fans who turn up for these big fights, which used to be exclusively on pay-per-view, don't really care, even the main card, undercard. You can go into millions of reasons why that has happened over the years, but it's the reality of things now. That, however, wasn't the big issue last night. DAZN faced potential problems from outside, and not even from within boxing. It was Top Rank show on ESPN, which ran a Miguel Burchelt win over Sosa, and certainly not the all-ignored PBC on Fox Sports 1. But, yeah, it was ignored. Featuring Brian Castano. I didn't even know what was going on. Did we talk about it? Brian Castano pounding out a win over Whale O'Matos in 150. Whale Burrow. It was UFC 244, the BMF belt that had The Rock, Jorge Masvidal, Nate Diaz, Nick Diaz. It had Conor McGregor. It had all the drama. The boxing MMA fan crossover may not have been enormous, as sometimes been assumed, but it's not nothing either. And if you're invested in some money in Canelo Alvarez and DAZN, and they've got $365 million invested over 11 years.
That is bullshit.
You do not want to risk maximum.
Oh, shut the fuck up. This guy needs to shut the fuck up. Seriously. When the fuck did boxing we don't want to maximize our fucking night? We are the night. Saul Alvarez is the night. You know how many people barbecued on Saul Alvarez? Not on fucking Nate Diaz and whoever the fuck that other guy's name is. Seriously. This was a stupid move by DAZN. Whoever approved this should be fucking fired. Boxing don't bow down to shit. You know why Saul makes $365 million fucking dollars? Because he's the biggest fucking name in combat sports. That's why. You want to know what I remember about Nate Diaz? After his biggest win, telling everyone he couldn't even buy a fucking house because they don't pay him enough. That's who we bowed down to yesterday? He should be fucking fired. Keep going, Lee.
But the move may have paid off, according to claims made by the streaming service. Mike Coppinger of the LA Times tweeted, DAZN received tremendous backlash for its decision to begin Canelo Kovalev following UFC 241, meaning the bout didn't begin until 1 a.m. Eastern time, but appears the move paid off. Told DAZN subscription signups and audience surged immediately following Masvidal Diaz. So
Good. Canelo should leave DAZN as soon as he can. For them to fucking punk Canelo like that with his goddamn gloves on while he's standing waiting to walk. No one told this guy. This dude's standing in his locker room, warming up, fucking smiling at the cameras. And then finally, like 40 minutes later, he's like, fuck it, I guess I'll sit down. What's going on?
it still sucked that long to wait that much dead air, though. It has happened again in the future. It'll probably happen again in the future. Maybe book a bit more for the main card. Apparently, it's worth it to wait for the money side of things. But having anything for the hardcore fans who watch will wait past 1 a.m. for the main event would be nice. So,
This is all bullshit. This is such bullshit. Lee, nobody said, oh, Saul's fighting Kovalev? Yeah, I didn't know who Saul was before, but you know what? I'm going to subscribe to DAZN tonight because Kovalev's awesome. Kovalev is the reason why I'm getting DAZN today, not Saul. It's not that Saul fought Triple G already on your fucking network. It's not that he fought Daniel Jacobs already on your fucking network. Oh, no. Kovalev is what made me sign up for DAZN. Get the fuck out of here. They think we're stupid. We're not stupid. I don't know who made this move. This is either showing weak success numbers for Canelo in America, which falls on DAZN again, or someone bowed down thinking maybe the guy ahead of DAZN is a big UFC fan, Lee. Maybe he's one of those guys, oh, the UFC is going to be growing soon. You know, he might want to be one of those pushers. Fucking get him out of there. You don't put the number one fucking moneymaker in the combat sports on ice because you want some guys that are making a few $100,000 to finish up fighting somewhere else. Fucking bullshit. Don't buy it. Don't buy it, people. Somebody's head should roll for what happened last night. And you know what? Saul's lackluster performance could be directly attached to that holdup that he was doing listen, people, seriously, this man already doesn't like his fucking promoter. We knew this going into the fight. Him and Ryan Garcia both do not like Oscar De La Hoya anymore. You guys, it's because of Oscar's outside life, his sexual assault cases, his drug use, his alcoholism, the fact that, you know, that loyalty thing, that could be directly attached to this. Yeah, maybe Saul was talking about he's not loyal to his trainers, his promoters, or his fighters, because what happened? Did he catch wind that, or did Oscar walk in there and go, oh, you know, sorry, you guys, we might be put on ice when the main event starts. Who knows? But I know Canelo was already pissed off at his promoter. You can see it in their body language. You guys, De La Hoya is not even behind his fighter anymore. He's fucking off in the corner now. Dude, they don't smile when they cross eye to eye. Him and Garcia was totally playing it. Ryan Garcia smiling to everyone, giving teams kiss. Soon as he seen Eric Gomez, the smile goes away. Soon as he sees Oscar, smile goes away. Takes pictures with them. There's nothing there. These guys don't want to be with Golden Boy anymore. That shit last night should seal the deal. No loyalty. When the fuck would Bob Arum ever put his number one fighter on ice? This guy already has pay-per-view records. This guy's already a crossover star. Over the pond. Saul can go anywhere. We need to wait because, we have a few more subscribers that we think are going to buy. Show us the fucking numbers then. Show us the surge.
Which takes us to our discussion of that's the drama of the fight for everybody, and I knew Andrew would convey it, and he did it well. I found the right article. Let's get to the...
That is a good article, but it's bullshit. That article, I don't believe that article at all. I don't think anybody was going, man, I think I want to buy the Saul fight, but I just won't know until Diaz fights. Get out of here. Stop it.
So most of the night was fairly forgetful. We do have video and stuff. Go to fightnetradio.com. Click on the Facebook link all week long. Exclusive behind-the-scenes coverage. I know Andrew is hoping and wanting to believe that secretly Miggs asked the question of why did the fight start so late, but trust me, it came up in the press conference, and Oscar's going to just...
Oscar needs to fucking explain himself why he did that to his number one guy. His number one guy. $365 million motherfucking dollars got put on ice yesterday. Whatever, for a guy that can't buy a house. Fuck.
I'm with you.
Fucking A.
Okay. Breathe. There are only two fights you guys...
And I like Diaz. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just keeping the shit real right now. I don't know what the fuck happened yesterday. You know what? You put that fight on ice for McGregor, what's that other guy's name? The one that beat him up?
Mayweather? Masvidal.
Not
Masvidal. The Eagle.
McGregor is a big name where you could see deals being worked out behind the scenes. Nate Diaz in this other... What?
Yeah, I'm with you. Right?
I hear you.
Breathe.
It was a good fight. Listen, I'm kind of upset with everyone turning on Kovalev one fight later about the way his style that he brought last night. Lee, if we rewind that ESPN fight that telecast with Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley, they were praising the shit out of Sergey Kovalev when he was beating Elder Alvarez.
A leader.
There you go. I always say it wrong. Yeah. Remember that, Lee? Remember? Oh, he's a great boxer. Oh, Buddy's changed his style up. Knocks him out with a jab, right? It's like he just kept jabbing the dude's face until he fucking put him down. So what's wrong with that? He brings that same style to Saul, and all of a sudden it's a fixed fight. All of a sudden this is bullshit. Oh, he's fighting an old man. What? What? You didn't hear? Everyone was praising. Buddy McGirt was like trainer of the year a few months ago. Oh, I'm sorry. Throwing jabs when someone's throwing left hooks and right hands, not a good game plan. Yeah, don't need to be a rocket scientist.
So let's talk about the main event of the evening, Andrew, right? Yeah. Saul Canelo Alvarez in the 11th round viciously and brutally ends the career of Sergey Kovalev. That's the punchline to the joke, right? But to get there, this is actually an unbelievable fight, right? I think at round 6, both you, me, and Miggs are calling the fight dead evenings. So let's just talk about the first 6 rounds.
Me?
Yeah.
He's being patient. I think Canelo knows. Canelo knows when he hits, he hurts, and it's a matter of time. Now, that time almost ran out on him, and I don't know what those scorecards would have shown at the end of that fight. We know Canelo was ahead. He was ahead by 2 points. Matter of fact, with the 2 knockdowns in the 11th round, he's probably up by a whole bunch going into the 12th. So the decision was his anyways. But yeah, the fight was close because Canelo was allowing it to be. Canelo knew it was a matter of time before his left hook landed. It was the punch of the night. He was setting it up. The body shots were hurting. The body shots is what everyone knew Canelo was going to go for. But it was that left hook to the head that was going to end that fight, and it ultimately did. Kovalev was too cautious about the body shot, drops the hand left up, right to the chin. It's going to happen. It's eventually going to happen. We watched Kovalev get hurt numerous times the same way. This kid right here, even though he's smaller, he's the best at it. I kept telling you, the best left hook, the best body shot. That's Canelo Alvarez right now. I told you guys before the fight. It's funny. Everyone wanted to call him pound for pound now. It's probably true. I told you a few months ago, after the Daniel Jacobs head movement fiasco where he was bobbing and weaving on that American boxer, that badass American boxer too. Jacobs is not fucking a slouch. He proved to me that night. The only reason why I didn't have him pound for pound is that damn drug test. I'm sorry. The guy tested dirty. It's hard to say he's number one when he tested dirty. It sucks, but that's fucking life. He's got to have numerous fights of being clean, and maybe he has. But I'm just, it's really hard to say he's that guy right now. He's still number two, number one, top three. He's got to be top three. But Lee, when Terrence Crawford has never tested dirty in his life and has accomplished just as much, and he doesn't have as many big names as Saul Alvarez, but we know that reasons why. Saul is the ticket driver, okay? He's the one that the guys are gunning for. That's not Terrence Crawford right now. Terrence Crawford won't get that until he becomes the face.
There you go. Let's talk about the second half of the fight. First half of the fight, really I would say almost up to the first 10 rounds. You can make an argument that it was, before we get to the championship rounds, it was anybody's fight, right?
Yeah, it's closely, but I don't have Kovalev winning this thing at all. Look, Kovalev only takes over once, and it was he threw a lot of jabs, but like they were saying, a lot of those were being picked off by Canelo. Canelo had no fear. He didn't even have head movement in this fight. It was close. I had Saul winning all the way.
There you go. Which takes us to the miraculous 11th round, right? The moment that turned Canelo, with all the weight and all the time and all the extra stars, right? The moment that turned him into a superstar. The 11th round goes, and I'm just doing it from my own recollection. I'm not reading for anybody on the show. I thought it was an interesting round. It got interesting, and then Canelo, in a series of vicious combinations, it was a setup punch combination, then setup punch combination, head turn, crank on that. Oh my God, what a punch. On the button, twist his head, put him down on his knees and into the ropes to retire Kovalev, Andrew.
Yeah.
What did you think of the closeout?
It looked like it was going to happen a few times in the fight. He hit Kovalev a few times that night where it was like, oh, is this it? And Kovalev, to his credit, man, he was able to walk through a lot of this. It finally lands. It's the 11th round. He's been landing them all night. Of course, it's going to start getting dizzy for him late in this fight. You keep taking shots like that, you're going to get hurt. He got hurt. He got stopped. What I loved, not that I loved about it, was kind of, now that we know everyone's okay, what makes me kind of like smile right now about the ending of that fight is Saul hits him with that left hook, and you see Kovalev is clearly hurt. Saul don't have to do shit. You don't have to do nothing. The ref was going to give him an 8 count. Kovalev's going down, getting a count, whatever. Canelo sees his opening on the jaw, reaches back with the right hand, takes his ass out, right? And then immediately after, he's like telling the crowd, oh, everyone be quiet. Be quiet. I want to make sure he's okay. Dude, you're the one that just cleaned his ass out with the with the right hand that didn't need to be thrown. Now you want to be worried about the guy? Come on, go jump on the ropes, celebrate. You knocked his ass out. That's what you wanted to do. Don't act like you care.
Let's get to Sergey's quotes after the fight. I was tired after round
Lee, did
6.
you notice that? Did you notice that?
No.
No, he hits him with that right hand, bro, and then starts telling the crowd to calm down. What? Get out of here. Let everyone cheer. They just seen you win.
Here are the quotes from Sergey Kovalev. I was tired after round 6. I had my last fight very close to this one. But it's okay. It's a new experience for me. Canelo is a really great champion. A little bit right now. I didn't recover from the last fight, but it's okay. Thanks for the fight, Canelo. I have big respect for him. He made history. To open my body less, I had to use more jabs, more safe. I'll be back. I'll be back much stronger. And his final quote, Andrew, I know that I can be the unified champion. Let's make a unification fight. But nobody wants to fight me in my division. This guy is more fresh. He came into my division more fresh. He has more stamina. But it's okay. It's a good experience for me. Okay, I'll just say it for the room because nobody's talking to him real. Bro, retire. You're going to be mumbling later on in your life. Like you're broken. The light bulb's broken.
I thought he was already a little punch drunk when he started with the whole let's unify. I was like, buddy, you just lost your title. You're not unifying shit.
Right.
But I think he was talking about he was trying to unify and nobody wanted to, so he fought Canelo. I think that's what he was trying to say in his broken English that he was doing. But yeah, at first I was like, has anyone told him he doesn't have a title anymore?
These quotes are in from Alvarez after the fight. I'm very thankful. This is just a step in my career and in my history. And all I ask of you is to be patient because Canelo will make history. He's talking in the third person. What an asshole. Because Canelo will make history. That's a guarantee. The plan overall was great. Yeah, right. What a douche. Ricky Bobby. Right? He's doing the Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
Shake and bake, buddy. Canelo is shake and bake. Shake and bake, buddy. We got to get that on a shirt.
I wake up and I pee gold.
Yeah, and I shit sunshine. The plan overall was patience. That was basically it, to have patience. We knew going in to be 5-6 rounds, and it was going to take some time for me to get him. But honestly, he's a great fighter. I'm new in the weight, new in the division, much to him, and he's a great fighter. But we stuck to our game plan. It was delayed a little bit, but overall it was successful. There's your answer, Andrew. It was a very close fight because he was defensive. He was closing up his guard, and he was doing trying to establish points. But we knew that was coming. Inevitably, it would come down to everything came out the way we had planned. After this, the plan was to go back down to 160 or 165, but why not? Maybe 175 again. We have to see what happens. We have to do what's best for us. God, third person, asshole. We have to look for the best fights, the biggest fights, but obviously give victories to Mexico. Yeah, because you're really from Mexico, unlike the heavyweight champion. On Triple G, here you go. It's really not a challenge to me. We fought 24 rounds and I beat him. It's really not a challenge for me. But if it represents my business, represents your business, what does that mean? Why not?
Oh, he's starting his own. Canelo Promotions is coming, dude. I know it's already there, but
bake, brother.
Yeah, he's going to be leaving Oscar.
We're going to put it on a T-shirt.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't fight for Oscar again. I'm dead serious. If he went to court right now, like Monday, they file a lawsuit to get out of the Golden Boy, I would not be surprised at all. That's how bad Oscar fucked up this weekend. You don't do that. I don't know where Oscar learned that shit from, but I would have fought in fucking everything I had to push my main event forward. You were talking about DAZN ain't shit without Saul Alvarez. Fuck you guys thinking you're going to put him on ice. That would have been exactly what I told the boss. What are they going to do? They already got the contract.
Shake and bake, buddy.
There's more. And we all know there's a thing called ESPN out there. You can move all your fighters to, and we ain't skipping a beat here. Matter of fact, DAZN is the fucking stepchild. DAZN is the person trying to come into America and establish themselves, correct? ESPN's been here. Top Rank's been here. All Oscar needs to do is reach across that table. Who the fuck is DAZN? Go take your Anthony Joshua back to the UK and pray he learns how to fight on the outside.
Shake and bake, buddy. Shake and
bake.
Bake.
That's right. I think he gets
Canelo
fired.
in his Joker suit after the fight. Shake and bake, buddy.
Hey, Lee.
Yeah.
He literally said this week him and Oscar are just business relationship now. Like
Well,
he lit
yeah,
it, dude.
I wouldn't want to get too close to Oscar. You might get a spoon in the ass. I mean,
I would, it's not even about that anymore. It's just about, dude, this was bad. Yesterday was bad, bro. Like, when does boxing bow down to anything? we put on fights the night before the fucking Super Bowl. Like, boxing doesn't care. Our fans, they will show up. I'm telling you right now, people, no diehard boxing fan was like, oh, fuck, I really want to see if Nate Diaz can pull this off. I don't know the other guy's name. What's the other guy's name?
Masvidal.
Masvidal. I really want to know if Masvidal is going to beat Nate Diaz.
BMF belt, brother. BMF belt. Given out by The Rock.
I think Oscar blew it. I think that was the nail in the coffin for his company with Saul Alvarez. And don't be surprised if Saul Alvarez takes Ryan Garcia right out that fucking door with him.
Shake and bake. Shake and bake, buddy. Shake and bake. Now, are you ready for your dessert, Andrew?
What's this?
I have one additional story for dessert.
Okay.
Adrian Broner and Gervonta Davis reportedly got into a fight at Canelo versus Kovalev.
Yes.
Right?
The two brothers. Wait a minute. I thought they were family.
Well, let's see what happened. According to Chris Mannix, Adrian Broner and Gervonta Davis got into a fight outside Canelo Alvarez's locker room before Canelo's win over Sergey Kovalev last night. Chris Mannix tweeted, sources, Adrian Broner and Gervonta Davis got into a fight outside Canelo's locker room. Before the fight, Broner hit Davis with a huge punch, per witnesses, and then hit Davis's PR guy with a haymaker. This would hardly be the first outside ring incident for either fighter, but it's a little tough to believe. For one thing, the report says Broner threw at least 2 punches, which sounds unlike him.
Talking shit.
That shit. Broner, 30, hasn't fought since January. He lost to Manny Pacquiao and hasn't won a fight in like forever, 2 years, when he was given a questionable split decision over Adrian Granados. Davis, 24, is currently slated to headline the December 28 Showtime card from Atlanta versus Yurkis Gamboa, with a vacant 135 title on the line. If he suffered a cut or something from the reported fracas, that could be in jeopardy. There you go, Andrew. There's your dessert.
Hey, can we say that Broner won this fight? So
it sounds like a no contest because he didn't throw a punch, right? The bitch sucker punched me, right? Whatever.
Right. If I'm Broner, I'm saying I beat the undefeated lightweight champ. You see me whoop his ass? I whooped his ass.
I'm telling you, that's like dessert on the fighting Sunday.
How do they even get in the back? Why would even Oscar allow these guys in? Who the fuck is Adrian Broner to Oscar De La Hoya's company? Who's Gervonta Davis? Like maybe Davis because he's undefeated, 24. Maybe there's a future fight. Maybe there's a future signing. But Adrian Broner, please, security, this young man out of here. We're fucking done with him. Believe me.
Pull his credential.
Yeah, believe me. If you call Adrian Broner about a potential fight, Oscar, he's picking up the phone. You don't need to give him free tickets or free access to look like a dipshit in the back of your fight. Yeah, the PBC just ghetto, right? It would be 2 PBC guys. Fuck. Al Heyman, control your company, please.
Told you it was icing on the cake, right? Adrian Broner gave us the icing, right? Short of him being in a shootout on the street of the MGM, I think getting into a fight with Gervonta Davis, right? 2 PBC / Mayweather / Al Heyman guys.
They're probably
fighting.
You know what? It was like 2 females fighting over Mayweather. How about that? I wonder what the fight was really about. He was like,
I want Mayweather.
Yeah, he's like, I'm Mayweather's new brother. No, you're not. Bing, bing, bing. I'm just fucking playing. You guys don't fight me when you see me.
Money, bro. Money. These guys are money. You guys created drama. Shouldn't you have been at the Fox Sports Card in Pisshole, Kentucky, watching whale fight? I mean, why are you? Right?
Matter of fact,
representing the product
for a fight. Who knows? Maybe they're going to meet at a catch weight. We know Broner's always been fat.
Look, I'm okay with them doing shenanigans. Why aren't you doing it on the Fox Sports Card and not on?
No one would watch. Nobody would watch.
Right, I
get
that.
What? These 2 probably weren't even credentialed. They probably snuck in and just pulled that off to get on some headlines. Who knows, man? Oscar, Golden Boy was like, what the fuck you mean Davis and Broner are back here? What are they doing? Oh, they're fighting. Get those guys out of here.
No, seriously, I just know this about fighters and rock stars and shit. Like, if you just go to the back on the day of a fight, they're going to give you a credential. Like, you don't need to make a phone call. Like, you can just show up, right? Or you can pick up a box and pretend you're with the production crew, which is what I suspect for Broner. I don't think Broner is really allowed to go anywhere, even with the PBC, because he's so much drama. I just think back to LA. He's so much damn drama, right? The room hates him. People hate him. I like to be the bad guy. Yeah, but you lose, bro. You lose fights. Like, if you're going to be the bad guy, you have to win some fights. Like,
That's right.
Floyd plays the bad guy, but he wins, right? That's why we hate him more. You, Broner, you play the bad guy, you talk shit, and then you lose. That just makes you look bad. Right? There's no spin on this. There's literally no spin on this. Like, you talk shit, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you get into the ring, and then you shit the bed every time. Every time. I feel like I'm looking at his photo like he's my child. Son, get your life in order.
You gotta grow up.
You gotta grow up, bro. Like, you're pissing away money here. You're not all about the billions. You're all about I'm working at McDonald's with one of the Mayweathers. Okay? You're literally a step away from like losing everything on bad behavior.
You hear that all the time.
One
He's
big
being sued by
lawsuit,
baby
one
mamas,
diamond
he's
jeweler,
sued by
one this,
jewelry.
one that. Yeah. There's no way that his bankroll can keep his attitude in check. There you go, Andrew. That's this week's Fight Net Radio, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Go to Fight Net Radio. This week, all the exclusive backstage videos, press conferences. I know you guys have probably watched press conferences, but I had Miggs run around, ask questions, do all kinds of stuff. We were going to roll out for this one just to really test Miggs. I was going to bring back 3 stupid questions, which would have been awesome because I wrote really dumb questions this time. And he goes, I'm not sure I'm man enough to ask these questions of boxing fans. I said, you're not man enough to hear the responses because that's the part that's painful, right? Do you think Mike Tyson will win tonight? Like, they were really messed up questions, right? So will Canelo be the heavyweight champion of the world? I mean, they were really dumb questions. And he goes, there's no way that they would get these wrong. I said, have we not done stupid questions before, Andrew?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Are you ever surprised when they go, oh, yeah, I think Oscar's going to be the heavyweight champion? Okay. God bless you. God bless you, sweetie. Just go stand next to your man. And stop yelling, Canelo, Canelo, Canelo. I love you, fight fans. It was fun to hang out with you this weekend. It was fun to watch boxing. I had a great boxing weekend, Andrew. How was yours?
No, it was good. I liked the fight. I thought Kovalev did a hell of a job of taking those body shots and counter punches of Canelo. He tried his game plan, man. That's what Buddy McGirt. You can't be mad at Kovalev. You heard Buddy telling him, don't overcommit. Don't just keep throwing the jab. He's baiting you. He wants you to throw so he can counter. Like, he was following the directions of his corner, and those directions won him the title back. Those directions made everyone on ESPN say that Sergey Kovalev was back. Real interesting how now Andre Ward's taking that back during the fight week of Kovalev Canelo. All of a sudden, Kovalev is a nobody. He's fighting Kovalev, not the Crusher. Weird. I seen Kovalev knock out the champ with the fucking jab in his last fight. That seems like the Crusher to me. I don't know, Lee. Does that seem like a big puncher to you when you could jab a man in the nose and knock his ass out?
Yeah, I agree.
Did anyone watch that Alvarez knockout? Bro, Kovalev, bink, down he goes.
I watched 3 replays of it, and then it started to get into that uncomfortable zone of like watching Joe Theismann snap his leg.
Yeah, that's pretty much the Crusher. But now Ward want to take all of his credit away. Whatever. He wasn't saying that the night of that fight. I think Andre if Andre was not interested in Canelo yesterday, he should be interested in him today. Canelo did not look that impressive at the light heavyweight division, I'm going to say he to me, it seemed like he was converting back to the old Canelo, right? Laying on the ropes, throwing punches, by, one shot at a time, really relying on his power. So I wasn't too impressed. I kind of know the game. I know why he did it. But if I'm Andre Ward and DAZN's offering me $20 million to come back to fight this guy, I didn't see anything special in there that Andre couldn't handle, right? Andre's handled everybody his whole life. Canelo didn't seem like he was that fast. He wasn't throwing that many combos. Why not? I think that's a fight Andre Ward needs to seriously look at as a real way to step away from the ring. What a great fight to end his career would be going up against pound-for-pound man.
There you go. Everybody go to Fight Net Radio, click on the Facebook link, check out all the behind-the-scenes videos this week available at Fight Net Radio. I'll start getting them up in the next 24 hours. You can watch the video from this show if you're listening to the audio. If you're watching the video, why don't you sign up at Fight Net Radio and listen to the audio, and that way it'll be on your phone. You can listen to it on your long, laborious, awful drives from, I don't know, Andrew, let's say the city of Tracy all the way to San Francisco in rush hour traffic. That's what we're here for, to make people entertained. And we hope you enjoyed all the fights. We'd love to hear your comments and feedback. Join us on social media. Our main platform is Facebook at fight.net.radio. And we love y'all. We'll see you this week and get you some news and updates as the dust settles from this. So check us out online, fightnetradio.com.
Fight Net Radio! FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net!